Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Wow, what a glorious, glorious morning that I started off with this morning. I am down here in Yeppoon, just outside of Rockhampton, and I came down to capture the most magnificent sunrise that I have seen in quite some time. It was quite stunning, very beautiful, very majestic. And while I was here, of course, I brought down the new ND filters to test out as well. And I'd like to give you my feedback on what I found and what I like, and some things if you were going to go and purchase your own ND filters for your photography, some things to consider. Okay, so the first thing is that I shoot with a Nikon. Sorry, every other brand, but I am a Nikon girl through and through, always have been, always will be. But um, this morning when I had come down to set up, of course, so the first thing I noticed is that the ND filters that I purchased actually screw onto the front of the lens. Now, this can be a little tricky, particularly when you're coming down and you set up tripod and your timer and everything like that, and then you go to screw on the filter and you try very, very hard not to move the camera or touch the tripod or bump the tripod while you're doing it. It's actually quite a little tricky and a little difficult. So I, for myself, will be looking at purchasing my next ND filter purchase. It will be the 10 stop, and I will be looking at the magnetic ones, the ones that just like slip on magnetically onto the front of the lens. I know that you can also get there like a square one that you can put the frame on the front of your lens, and then you can actually slide the ND filters up and down, and it has the ability for you to be able to stack the filters one on top of the other. Um, they would most likely be good, I've no doubt, but for me, I would be too afraid to break them or lose them. So magnetic filters is definitely a way to go. Another thing that I did find was that um, when you're setting up to, like, give yourself some time to find your location, find your spot, and to set yourself up, and then sit and just watch how the light moves, which will then dictate like how you will actually start to begin to use your ND filter. And it's really particular with clouds because they can move so quickly or they can move so slowly. Of course, I came down here and photographed at the beach, so of course there's waves involved. I'm going to show you some of the photos that I actually took from this morning in the video as well at the end, so do stick around for them. So yeah, I would actually say that for me, the sweet spot would have been halfway through the 10 stop filter because mine was adjustable. So I would still recommend getting a 10 ND filter because I could definitely see times when that would be quite useful to have it at that full darkness so that you could still get that intensity that you want from the landscape, particularly with clouds and water movement and stuff like that. The third thing that I would suggest is that, like the brand that I got, it wasn't your more expensive brands like the Nikons and the Sonys or the Canon filters that you can get. Mine was the cheaper version. I think it would cost like $49. It did exactly what I was expecting it to do. It really gave vibrant colors to the clouds and the light that was coming through off the sun. And like I said, you'll be able to see that in the photographs that I do post. I also tested it with some self-portrait work, which is why I'm dressed in this dress this morning. I came down with the intention of also doing some self-portraits on the beach using the ND filter. I quite liked it. I think I will be an ND filter girl for life now. I really love that because I shoot in manual, so the control of the shutter speed with the exposure, with the ISO, and then the ND filter really adds another depth of texture and layer to the photograph, which I do love. Um, I have no problems whatsoever with this brand of filter, and I will link the where I got it from in the description below, so do look for that. But if you're just starting out, have fun, play, enjoy. One of the things that I took away definitely from today was to not be in such a rush to literally take my time, find where I wanted to photograph, get my composition, and just take a moment to really take in the surroundings that are around you, because Mother Nature is absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and she has so many gifts that she gives to us. But most of the time we're, in our cameras or looking into our bags or whatnot, and we miss a lot of the magic. So take your time with photographs. I know that I will as well. I will be taking the time, which will probably be that, the good part, you won't be taking as many photographs, which means there's less of a cull process, but enjoy it. Enjoy the process of creating something beautiful and magical. Enjoy the process of space. It's almost, when you're out here in the field, and you're doing things like landscape photography or self-portraits, it's a very meditative moment. It's almost like whatever is going on outside doesn't exist. It doesn't matter, because you're in a moment that really will never be able to be captured like that ever again. So anyway, if you're looking for an ND filter, I highly do suggest the magnetic ones. I do love the 10 stop. I will continue to use ND filters in my photography from this point forward. And I really, really am keen to see what they would do and look like for landscape out on country, which is not near water. So it's a lot of trees, a lot of mountains, a lot of foresty areas. My plan is to take them out there next and test them out there on country. So hopefully you'll be back around to check that video out as well. If you haven't done so already, please do tick the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button. You can also find me over on Instagram and Facebook, all under the same name, Melissa Mills Studio. And guys, thank you so much for the patience to sit through and listen. This is only like the third time that I've done this type of video, so I really do appreciate that you spent and been here through the whole thing. Anyway, I hope you have a really wonderful, wonderful day, and we will talk again soon. Bye.